As a care advocate, one of the important things that we do is really listening and hearing what the caregiver is going through, what their journey entails. And sometimes we might hear things that are very similar to others, and it means something very different to this particular caregiver. So it's one thing to listen and hear what they're saying, but it's also another thing to sort of interpret or understand exactly what that means for that caregiver. So for example, somebody might say, my mom now lives with me and I just don't know how to handle this. That could mean a variety of different things. So really asking some additional questions to hear more about their story and understand what we can do to help them and where we can guide them to give them some resources and support to dealing with a situation like that. Sometimes when we are talking with caregivers, they're often at a loss of where to go and what direction to take. And so a lot of times what we're doing is kind of helping them figure out what that next step is and encouraging them to take that next step. Enabling them to really kind of be the driver of what they need to not only do in terms of advocating for their loved one, but also advocating for themselves. Our focus really is on the caregiver, but it also sometimes is important for us to be reminding them that it's okay and it's important to take those next steps and encouraging them along the way. Oftentimes caregivers are burdened with some of the mundane tasks of caregiving, in which case if we can step in and help with some of that, we will gladly assist them with that. After, again, understanding where they're at, kind of determining what the next steps are, some of those next steps are things that we can do to help them, to assist them in their journey, and then returning back to them with some information that then they can make final decisions on. As a care advocate, we oftentimes find ourselves doing a tremendous amount of research for a caregiver. It might be on in-home care options, it might be on support groups. It could be a variety of different things that could be helpful to them. And when we are able to jump in and kind of help them with some of that vetting process, it shortens the timeline of when they're able to get those resources in place or make a decision that needs to be made so that they can carry on with what they're trying to do, but also get their loved one the care that they need. Caregivers are really looking for somebody that they can trust. I think oftentimes they do feel very alone on their journey, even if they have extended family. But when they know that they can pick up the phone and talk to a care advocate that is somebody that they can trust, that they know they're going to be listened and they're going to be heard, and they're going to walk away with some either additional insight they didn't have before, sort of a renewed sense of energy, or an actual resource or a to-do list of some kind, all those things strengthen and build trust between us and them so that they really can move forward knowing that they are not on this journey alone. Even though we may not be physically in their home with them, they know that they can pick up the phone and that we are going to be there for them to help them with that next decision or that next worry or that next dynamic or turn in their caregiving journey.